Hi, I'm Yasmin Masochi, and I am the director and producer of the short film My Dearest, and this is director's commentary. What I wanted from this first scene was to show the imbalance in their relationship. You see Mark, he's in a chaotic, turbulent place with the metro sounds and everything, and then we cut to Tiffany's preparing supper. It's delicate as an intimate moment, and this scene kind of foreshadows what is the situation in their relationship. It's turbulent, it's calm, they are in different places, they think different things about their relationship. So I think it was very important to add that scene so the audience could already catch that there's something off about their relationship. About the second scene, I am not unhappy about how it turned, but if I could do last shots to save more time, of our time, the actor's time, I would have. But the conversation that I had with my DOP is that I wanted to show their separation from the beginning. And of course we have moments of them together, they are in the same frame, they are still a couple trying to keep their appearances. But you can see that they are most of the times separated. Mark goes to the bathroom, Tiffany follows, and also the bathroom scene was not included in the script. The bathroom scene, what I say is him inside of the bathroom, but I really wanted the audience to have a moment with Mark to understand how he feels about this whole situation when he's not in front of Tiff, who he is when he's not trying to hide. And it was actually really fun to film that scene. I had to put my crew into a very tight situation. There was 4 people inside of the bathroom, and it was a very small bathroom. We had cam op, boom op, and me inside of the bathtub. So after the bathroom scene, we have Tiffany finding out about the picture of a woman in his wallet. And a funny fact is a picture of me holding a cat. And we chose not to show the picture because I wanted to keep the audience curious on what was happening, because if you just show the picture, it will be like, okay, he has a picture of a woman in the wallet, that's why this is so tense. But again, when you're filming a short film, it's very important that you keep your audience engaged, for sure. And then we skip to scene 3. We have Tiffany sitting down alone, and in this scene I wanted to freeze the energy in the room. Just discovered the picture, but instead of bursting into confrontations, she just chooses to sit down in silence, and I think that's the worst thing you can do with someone who knows that they did something wrong. And then we have Mark entering the frame. Also, something that I talked with my DOP is that I wanted him to be close to the camera and enter the frame very close to the camera, so somehow he could look bigger than Tiffany, almost like an authority figure. When he sits down, it's when we have the POV shots. It was very important for me to do the scene that way because I wanted the audience to be able to feel like they are Mark and feel like they are Tiffany. So when you see Tiffany on screen, it's almost like she is questioning you about everything that she just discovered. And when you see Mark, it's almost like you're having to deal with his lies and manipulation. And it really feels like that because especially Moika, she has this really expressive eyes. And when she looks at you, well, she looks at Mark, it's actually like she's looking at you and talking to you. And even though Mark is the antagonist in the story, it's also important that you connect with him. You have to understand both of their sides. So doing a POV shot, they were talking straight to the camera, and it turned out as a really good emotional scene. It's very important that you know your characters, who they are outside of the story, so you plan the perfect shots. The acting, of course, helps to tell the story, but also how you're portraying the story, how you're telling the story with your images. Once you get to know these characters outside of who they are in the script, it's really easy to tell their story through shots and through their acting. And from scene 3, once we're done with the POV shots, we have the moment that Tiffany stands up. Mark tells her that he's married. She stands up, and then the first time that Tiffany is above Mark. That moment I wanted Mark to feel inferior to her, because it was the first time that he was being truthful, that he got caught. There's nowhere else to run. And from that scene, we cut to a long take. I was really worried about the long take because it was a very emotional scene that would take a lot of effort from the actors. So I didn't want to overdo. So I put it in my head, like, I want to do max 4 takes. And if I could have it by the second or third, it would be amazing, because I didn't want the actors to lose all the emotions, the feelings, and turn that into like something repetitive. It took a while for Moika, Tiffany's actress, to be ready to do that scene. She really had to be in character and start feeling all those emotions that Tiffany was feeling. I didn't want her to lose all of that, and happily we were able to do that long take in 3 takes. I was not expecting any perfection from that take, because there was no perfection in that scene at all. It was very impulsive of Tiffany to confront Mark like that. And for sure she didn't intend to kill him, but her words were shooting to kill for sure. And if the scene was out of focus, if the camera was not perfect, it didn't matter for me. I wanted to really catch the acting, the intensity of the scene, the imperfection of the scene, the imperfection of the relationship, and we ended up just getting a great result. It was the first time, even we had rehearsed before, but it was the first time that we really saw her in that energy, and it was amazing. I wouldn't change anything, honestly. The process was really fun. I had a really amazing crew. It was a moment to learn and to connect with our actors and connect with ourselves as a crew. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy watching My Dearest, and if you didn't watch it yet, what are you waiting for? It's on YouTube.